How are you guys all doing? And in today's video, we're going to be going through how to create this beautiful appointment booking website. We're going to be going through how to design this website, a full tutorial, and we're also going to be going through how to embed this booking system on your website that seamlessly integrates with your calendar, making this very, very simple for you to automate and run your business. So let's get into this tutorial. So for this website, we're going to be using Hostinger. For all my websites, my own website that I have, and for client websites that I build, I always tend to use Hostinger. Now, if you just want to build one website just for yourself, then the single web hosting will be a perfect plan to choose. If you have a much more bigger website that you want to host, then you could obviously expand to premium web hosting or a business web hosting or even a cloud web hosting. But most people who just want to create one website, single web hosting will be perfect. So what you're going to do after that is we're going to go over and you're going to click over on websites, and we're going to create a website. You're going to click over here and click on add new website, and we're going to click on WordPress. So you're going to put in your details here, your WordPress details, and we're going to click on next, and we're going to put in business services. Actually, we don't even need to click this. We're just going to click on create blank website. That always tends to catch me off guard. And if you don't already have your domain, you can click on use temporary domain. But if you do have a domain, you could choose your domain here, or you could just buy a domain, or you can use you can transfer your domain using the Hostinger name servers. But for example purposes, we're going to use a temporary domain. So right now it's installing WordPress, and once this is installed WordPress, we're going to be able to go into our WordPress dashboard, and I'm going to show the plugins that we're going to be using for today's tutorial. So once your WordPress has been installed, you will get this dashboard here. Don't worry about all of this. I know it could definitely look overwhelming if this is your first time. It's very, very simple. Most of the things here that you see, you won't actually need to go into and touch it yourself. Realistically, the daily backups, this is all done automatically, and if anything does happen with your website, all you can do is just hit restore and you get back your website. If you have your domain, you can click over here and connect your domain, and that would be a simple process. And if you have any issues with your name servers, that's what you would do in advance. Apart from that, you won't really need to touch everything, all the options here, but it's great to have, and over time you definitely realize how less overwhelming it is and get used to it. So now we're going to move over to plugins. So we're here over in plugins, and the main plugins we're going to be using is we're going to be needing Elementor for this tutorial. We're going to be needing Elementor header and footer builder. Elements kit, we're going to be using this for the heading. When you watch this video, you notice there's a specific element, a heading element that I like from this plugin. Hostinger AI, we don't need this. You can actually deactivate this. This just comes with the hosting. Hostinger easy onboarding, again, we don't need this as well. We can remove this. And Hostinger tools, we don't need this. This comes with the hosting. And Lightspeed cache, we don't need this, but you can keep it. It's very good if you want to remove caching on your website. So now we're going to look at the theme we're going to be using for this tutorial, and we're going to be using the Astra theme. This is a completely free theme and very easy to use. It's very fast as well, and it's great for SEO. So that's exactly everything we're going to need to start this tutorial. So stay tuned to the next clip and let's start building this website. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be making the hero section. So we're going to go back over to our Elementor page. Going to click over here, and we're going to click on this section here, and then we're going to click over here on section, and we're going to click on to layout. I'm going to click on full width, and then we're going to go to height, and I'm going to give it a height of 676. And then we're going to go back to the column content width. I said full width, I'm sorry, I meant 13, 15. Perfect. So now we're going to add in our image. So we're going to click over to style, click on background type over here, and we're going to click on classic. Then we're going to click on image, and we're going to find our image. We're going to click over on this image here. And as you can see, it's too zoomed in and we can't actually see the car. So we're going to go down here and we're going to click over here, and we're going to see where it says display size, and we're going to click over and we're going to hit cover. So now you can see it says cover, but when we click over onto it, it's basically cut it in half and we can barely see the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to position. I'm going to click over on custom, and the Y position, we're going to push this a little bit back up till we click out and we can see it. Now I want this to just go a little bit more where we can see the wheels properly, so that we're looking at minus 232. So minus 232 does the job for me, and then we're going to leave it at that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over and get in our text. So we're going to click over here. I'm going to look for our heading. Now we have a heading there, but I want to use this heading that comes in with Elements Kit plugin in particular. So we're going to find our heading there, and then we're going to go to separator. I'm going to remove the separator because I don't actually currently want any of the separators. So we're going to remove that. And I'm going to go over to title, and now we're going to remove the current title here, and we're just going to go and get our title. So I'm just going to copy and paste this here. I'm going to paste in our title, and I want our car detailing to be highlighted in a different color. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, going to put in this icons here, this one here. Going to click over on style, click Y, and I'm going to go to focus title. I'm going to choose our main red that I forgot to save, but we'll save right now. Click over here and click save. And I'm going to remove the hover color. And I'm going to click on typography. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click on main font. Now we're going to go over back here, and we're going to add an overlay so we can actually see our text, because it's very hard to see right now. So we're going to click over here and we'll click on gradient. And the first color we're going to choose is we're going to choose black. And then for this, we're going to choose black as well. But for this, we're going to make this more transparent. And then for the angle, we're going to want the darkness to become from the bottom. I'm going to go to location, push this up a little bit more. So let's see how that's looking. Okay, so now I don't want it to be as dark on the bottom, so we're going to remove the opacity down to about 0.76. And that's perfect there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click over on our section, go over to layout, and where it says column position, I want this to be at the bottom, just like that. So I'm going to go back over here, and for the opacity we're going to go 0.90, just like that, so we could get it a little bit darker. And now I want to just drag our width just a tiny bit longer, so our text goes a bit longer, just like that. Perfect. Now underneath our heading, I want to add in a text description. So we're going to go over here. Now this is another reason why I love this element as well, because we get our subtitle, our text description all in one element rather than adding in a separate title description. So we're going to click over here, we're going to change this over to white, and then we're going to get our description. Copy that in, go over here, title description. I'm going to paste that, just like that. Now I'm going to go over to style, title description, and going to go over to capitalize. Now this is a Roboto font, and I'm actually going to leave it at Roboto, so I'm not going to change the font. So we're going to leave it at that. And now I actually want to add in our phone number and our email here. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go over to icon list. Just going to drag the icon list underneath. I'm going to remove the last one, we just want 2, and I'm going to remove the icon, and I'm going to put in our details. Save us time, I'll just copy and paste from here. And I'm just going to paste it over here. The same thing we're going to do with the email. And we're going to paste it over here as well and remove the icon. Now we're going to add in a divider. I'm going to change the color of our text to white. And I'm going to add in our font. Reduce the sizing down. Also reduce the boldness. And increase the letter spacing. And here, as you can see, the title and this information is just a little bit, the gap is just a little bit too wide. So I'm just going to narrow it a little bit. So we're going to remove the padding, the margins from the title description, or the title description, and then we should see the gap does reduce a little bit. And if you want to reduce a little bit more, you could do just click on the minus and make it go a little bit lower. Now, what I want to do as well is I want to add in a button. So we're going to go over here to elements, go click over here and drag in button. Now I want this to say transform vehicle, and I want this to have no background, so we're going to make this fully transparent. Border type, we're going to click on solid. Radius, we're going to click on nothing, and then we're going to click over on here red, and then for the title we're going to go with our main one as well. Reduce the size of that as well, definitely, most definitely. And I want this to be all capitalized. Just like so. So now what we're going to do, one thing we're going to do before we move on, the bottom of it is too close to the button. See, as you can see, it's literally right there at the verge. So we're just going to increase our padding at the bottom. So we're going to go over here to our main heading, our main hero, click over here on the section, click on advanced, and we're going to see padding, and I'm going to unlink these, because if we don't unlink it, it's going to mess up the whole thing and all the corners, and we just want to focus on the bottom. So on the bottom, sorry, so then we're going to increase the bottom, so we're going to hold down on it, and let's see how 45 looks. And we see 45 looks perfect. And one thing you guys are going to notice is that I never really come in with a fixed number when we're editing the design, and the reason for that is because when I build a design, I don't want you to just copy and paste this design. If you want to, that's brilliant, but I want you to learn how to build it for yourself as well. So whether you don't have a car detailing business, but you have a nail salon business, you have any type of business where you will be taking appointments and might be taking payments for appointments, then you will learn how to build it for your business specifically. So now we're going to move on to our second section, which is kind of the about us section. So now we're going to be creating the about us section, this section over here. So we're going to go back over to our page here, and we're going to click over on here, and we're going to add in our new section. So we're going to click over here, and we're going to add in a two-sided section as well. I'm going to keep it at the same width as well, 1350. And now we're going to increase the padding at the top because it's going to be too close to the hero section, the one we're just after building. So I'm going to take this down to about 50. Now this could change depending on what we put, but I'm pretty sure 50 should be fine. And I'm actually going to add in another column here and just modify the widths between this. Now the last two pictures will be here, so they don't need to be the exact same sizing. The styling is actually going to come in from them not being the exact same size, so that's kind of the style we're going for. So we're going to start off with the heading. So we're going to again search up for the exact same heading element. Now we're going to copy and paste our text for the heading, and again we're going to remove the separator because we don't need a separator. If you want to keep a separator, if you want to separate it on your website, then you can keep it and style it. I don't want web separator, so we're going to go over here. We're going to leave the height the way it is, the sizing the way it is. Going to copy and paste our description here as well. So we're going to go over here, we're going to click on title description, and then we're going to click over here Gonna click on title description. Gonna remove that down. And I'm gonna go to title. I'm gonna unlink these. And now we're gonna add in another icon list down here. And again, we're gonna keep it down to 2. And these are the ones we're gonna add in. So we're gonna add premium detailing products. Just gonna add a check this one here. Put in premium detailed products. And then for this one, I'm gonna add in a check as well. Where's that check? So we're gonna see over here. And then here again, we're going to copy this one, interior and exterior care. So then we're going to go over here to style, and I'm going to click on the icon. I'm going to make this red. I'm going to increase the sizing of it. And then the gap, not the gap actually. We're going to go to the list and increase the space between that. And then for the text, we're going to make this fully white. And then we're going to go over here. And I'm going to reduce the sizing of it. And I want to increase it to about just 1. There we go. Now what we're going to do is I want to add in our images. So we're going to click over here and we're going to add in our images. So we're going to add in one here. I'm going to click over on this image. And then we're going to add in another image element over down here. I'm going to add in this image here. Perfect. So as we can see there. Now, as I said, I might actually change the padding at the top. The padding is fine, but for me, I think it's just a little bit too close. Now, I remember it was at 50. I'm probably just going to increase this by another 20 till we're in about 80. And I'm happy with that padding. I am happy with that padding. So as we can see, that's pretty much our hero section done. Now the section we're going to be moving on to is basically our gallery page. Again, this is very tailored for car detailing business. So we're going to do the gallery page showcasing the cars that are cleaned, and yeah, so let's get straight to it. So now we're going to be adding in the gallery section. So this section over here, and we just need to add in this Trustpilot badge. Forgot to put that in the last segment. So we're going to do that here. So basically how we're going to add in this Trustpilot badge is just add in an image, and we're going to find in our image here. Now, if you are registered with Trustpilot or with Google, there's a lot of forms to get your actual badge. It can come in codes. They can provide you mainly get a short code, and the short code will automatically update on how much reviews you get. So preferably you probably wouldn't be using an image if you actually have a Trustpilot account and you use it to collect your reviews, but for this purpose you could just get an image and you can put it over here. So now we're going to go back here and we're going to add in 2 sections, but for this time we're going to leave it at full width. And we're actually going to stretch the section. So we're going to click over here and click on stretch section. And I want to give this, not padding, but I want to give this some margins. So we're going to go down about 80 as well. 85. Now on the right side, or let's say the left side, since the picture is on the right. So let's be very nitty gritty about this. I'm going to put the image on the left side. So we're going to pick our first image here. And these images are landscape. Now, if you take your pictures, if you actually do own a car detailing dealership and you take your pictures portrait, then you can make this for portrait, or you can just start taking your pictures landscape. Whichever one should work. So we're going to go over here, and I want this to be fully black. And we're going to look at this here. As you can see, this isn't even. The column is a little bit higher than the image. So what we're going to do about that is going to click over here on the image, and I'm going to go over to margins. Now, firstly, I want the image on the left to be fully on the left side. So we're going to go here. I'm going to make sure it's fully on the left. So as you see here on the left, the image is fully in there. So now on the right, what we're going to do is we're going to increase the image on the right. as you see now the height isn't enough. So what we're going to do as well is click on top. Right there till it's matching. So there, as you can see, it is perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually copy this, or we could just duplicate it. Actually, no need to copy. And we're going to remove the margins on the bottom, on the top I meant. And then we're going to swap out the image. So we're going to put the image on the right side, and I'm going to leave nothing on the left hand side. And as you can see here, this isn't even. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get this image, go over here where it says left, we're going to go right here on the -8 on the left side. And as you can see here, that's more, and then that's on the same length. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to click on bottom. Sorry. Click over here. And as you see now, this is matching. And now we're going to change the image here. So we're going to go to image. I'm going to pick this one here. And there we see it. So now what we're going to do again is going to get this one here. And we're going to copy this. And again, we're going to remove the margin on the top. Just like that. And we're going to change the image like this. And now we're going to do the exact same for the one with the G-Wagon. Go down here. I'm going to change the image to this car over here. So this is our portfolio section here. So this is our car, the cars that we've cleaned, and very, very simple, very easy to look at, and that's pretty much it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the main point of the website is our booking system. So on the next clip, I'm going to explain the booking software that we're going to be using, how much it's going to cost, and how to embed it on your website, and how it kind of actually works. So we're going to wait and do that on the next section. So let's go. So we're going to be using Zoho Bookings for our booking system for this website. Now, first we see here we have the payment plans, but what you can actually do if you're just one staff, nothing too complicated, you just want somewhere where someone can book and it will reflect on your Google calendars, your Zoho calendars, or your Outlook calendar, then there is a free plan. You can use this plan right here and you can go ahead and you can start using it. Now if you do want more custom features where you might have a few more people, you might want integrations, or you might even want to brand it as your own, have your own branding with it and give your customers portals, then you can go over here and go over here to monthly and get one of the paid plans, or you go over here and get one of the yearly plans. So the choice is yours. I say you probably just start off with the free plan and then see how you like it, and then if you like it, then you can go ahead with one of the paid plans. So now we're going to go over here to what our Zoho bookings will look like, and we're going to create a booking. So here we can see I've already created this and we just called it the deep clean. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on add a new one. So we're going to add a new one just for this one here. And we're going to click on one-to-one. So we're going to collect the workspace is mine, it's Business Solutions, but this will be your company's name, just so you know. So we're going to click the name of consultation. So we're going to write deep clean car. And then on average, this deep clean, let's say it takes 2 hours, 30 minutes. And we don't want them to be able to book for free because we want to minimize the amount of spam bookings we might get. And we basically just want qualified people on our calendar. So we're going to say no. We want to take, this is going to cost $300. And then we're going to click on preferred meeting mode. Now, this obviously isn't a virtual meeting, this is a real life meeting. So we're going to click on Garage 2. And so what we could do is we're going to call this Garage 1, and then we can actually add in the address. So let's say the address is Venue 1, Arizona, United States. Completely random address, but you get the point. So I'm going to click on save. So we have the address, and then we're gonna just put on the consultant side. This is if you have multiple people, and let's say if it's a hair salon and you have multiple people on different stations, then this would matter. This will be where it matters. But for me, it's just me, so I'm gonna click over here. And then that's pretty much it. So that's how, you know, we're in. We're basically in. Now, what we can do as well, I want to show you a few things that we can do as well, and how we can actually take payments on our pages. So I just want to show you a few things here as well. So this is the email we could get. So we could get an email when someone is booked, and we could just choose how we get the email and stuff like that. So we have a few more, we have a few things here, but this is completely just how you like to do when you like to get your notice. Booking form, what fields you want them to put in. So we could say if it's a paid appointment, we just change the wording. So we can say pay and schedule appointment, we can change the wording. We can ask them a different question in the field. This is the URL, we can customize our URL, and yeah, we have a few things we could do here as well. So you could play around with these options. One thing we can see here is where we see type of payment. So we see where it says optional. Let's just say we want to take a deposit online. The full payment is $300, but we take $150 deposit. So we click on, then click on save. Deposit $150, and we're going to click on save. So now we see the deposit is $150. So now I'm going to show you. You see we have all the settings there. I'll let you guys go run with the settings. But there is one thing I will show you guys, is actually on how you connect your payment gateway to take these payments. So you see here where it says calendars. Here, this is the calendars you have. For me, I connect mine with Zoho Calendar. But if you want to add a calendar, you see we have options for Google Calendar, CRM Calendar, and we have Office 365 and Outlook.com calendar. You could connect them very, very easy. And for the video conferencing, that's if you're doing video conferencing. But the main thing we want to focus on is payments. Now, I don't have mine turned on, but these are all the payments gateway options that you will get. So you get authorize.net, you get PayPal, you get Razorpay, you get Stripe, and you guys can actually connect this, and people will be able to pay before they book if you want to accept that. So that's super, super cool and very, very easy. So now what we're going to do before we go back into our website is we're going to click over here and click on our booking page. We're going to look for our booking. So we see is deep clean car we want. So we're going to click over here, and we're going to embed the page. So now that we have the page embedded, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our website right here. And we're going to add in a section. I want this to be full width. So there at the top, we're going to click on advanced. I'm going to click on margins. I'm going to give it 50. And then we're going to go to elements. I'm going to look up HTML. And we see it here. I'm going to add in our HTML. And we're going to copy in our code and give it a minute to load. So here you see we have it embedded. So if someone wants to book, for example, it will be your name here. It won't be Business Solutions, but they could choose the date right there, choose the time, and then they can book an appointment, and then they can put in their details. And then here, if you do add in your payment details, it will ask them to put in their card details here before they schedule the appointment. Because I didn't do that, they're just simply going to put in their name, their contact number, and then they're going to schedule the appointment straight off your website, and that's going to synchronize with your calendar of choice. If that's Google Calendar, or if that's Zoho Calendar, or if that's Outlook.com, it's a very, very simple way to basically just have a good system running, a good booking system running. So without getting too carried away, we're going to finish off the website, and we're going to add in our last section, which is our contact form section and our FAQ section. So how we're going to do that is going to go down here to the bottom, going to click down here on the two down here, increase our margins down here, and we're going to, on the left side, we're going to add in form. And I don't want the label there actually. I don't know, I just feel like it distracts me sometimes. I'm gonna remove the label. And on the field, don't want anything on it. And again, I'm not gonna, like, realistically, if you are building this type of website, you are going to include this booking form, the chances that you will actually be putting in a contact form underneath it is pretty much low. You might not even need to do it, but you know, it's, if you want to get all the emails you can, it's still a safe thing to do, but you will be getting that information from that booking form. But we're still going to add in the form just in case not everyone wants to use the forms. Some people still want to use your booking form, they will definitely have that option as well. So I'm going to click on uppercase. I want to put this down here to 0. Lower our typography a little bit. And that's our form over here. And we're going to put the width matching the one at the very top, which is 1350. And then on the left side, on the right siding, I want to add in our FAQ section. So what we're going to put in is we're going to search up something called toggle. And as you see here, we have toggle. And what we're basically going to do here is we're just going to put in the questions here. So we're going to say what's included in detailing services. Gonna go over here. How long does that take? Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change the color and we're going to change the typography. And the active color, I want this to be red. And I'm going to go over here to typography. I'm going to reduce the sizing and keep it like that. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this is responsive and this is looking good for mobile and tablet. And then after we do that, we're going to make sure we have our heading. So we're missing our little header. The footer, this is actually going to be our footer for this website. We're not going to put in our contact details. This will be the footer for this website because this is the landing page. And that's how I prefer to usually do our landing pages. And so yeah, we're going to edit this for mobile now. So we're going to save. I want to start it off on mobile. So I'm going to click over on here on mobile. I want to start from the top. So very, very disorganized. So what we're going to do for the heading is we're going to reduce the sizing of our heading. So I'm going to put this down to 42. And I'm going to click out here just to see how that's looking. It's looking good. It's looking good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our second section. And we're going to reduce the sizing of our heading for the second section also. Going to leave that at 42 as well, and going to reduce the gap between the start of the section and the actual heading. So we're going to, that was at 80, I'm going to put that to 50. I'm pretty sure 50 would be good, and 50 is perfect. And might just increase the size of our Trustpilot badge over here, just increase the sizing. So we're going to go over here to width. Okay, just gonna drag it there. And now with our image, what we're gonna do is we're gonna click over on our image. I'm gonna go over to style, and I want this to stay at the left side. So we're gonna make sure we hit left for alignment, and then for the width, we're gonna go 86. And then for this one here, we're gonna click on the image as well. And for the alignment, we're gonna click on right, and we're also gonna go 86 as well. just like that. And then here, as you can see, the images basically show, but like that has a gap and that doesn't have a gap, so it looks a little bit disorganized. So we're going to fix that here a little bit. So what we're going to do about this is a few things we could do. Firstly, I'm going to click over on this image. And we're basically going to remove all the margins and everything like that, as you can see there. Now I'm going to click over on this. I want this to stay at the right side. And the left, we're going to click on minus. Just like that. And on this right side, we're going to click on responsive, and we don't want this to show on mobile. We also don't want this one to show on mobile as well, so we're going to click on responsive. I'm going to click on hide on mobile. So we're going to click on this image as well. I'm going to remove all the padding. And I'm going to make sure this is standing on the right side as well. I'm going to click on, and I'm going to click on right. Just like that. And then for this Mercedes as well. Oh no, 1 second. There we go. And then for this Mercedes as well, I'm going to click that, make sure that says on the right. Remove all that. And on the left side, on the right side, we want this to go over there. Oh no, actually, it'll be on the other side. Sorry. On the left side, we want that to stay over here. Like that. And then on the last card, we're going to do the exact same. Remove all that. That's there. Perfect. Just like that. Now, that is disorganized, but that's obviously the styling that we're going for, to kind of zigzag. So as we can see, we have that top section over there, this over here. And with this top, maybe we could make this at the bottom, just because the heading isn't going to take too much space at the top. So we're going to actually reduce the padding at the bottom for the mobile. Yeah, that should be perfectly fine. And now the bookings section, that's already responsive, so we don't need to do much there. As you can see, the process of booking on mobile is still seamless. So we just click on booking, and then it's going to take over here to the booking page, and then we could do over that. We're going to click over on X, and as you can see here, the form looks okay, but the toggle doesn't. The line height is too close, and the text is a bit too close as well. So we're going to free up that space. So we're going to start off with the layer spacing. So I'm going to increase the layer spacing just a little bit. And I'm going to increase the line height as well. And I'm actually going to reduce the sizing. Perfect. So now we're going to look at the tablet view as well. I'm going to start off with the tablet view. So we're going to start at the top. The hero section for the tablet view is perfect, but I just want to reduce the sizing of that heading just a little bit here on the tablet section to 65. Reduce the about us section heading as well. And increase the sizing of our badge too. Our gallery section looks perfect on tablet view. So does our booking embedment, but on the bottom, as you can see here, we could give this a little bit more padding, a bit more room. Or actually no, it's just because I scrolled down. Same thing with the toggle. the text is just a bit too compact, so we're going to give this a little bit of line space as well. Perfect, just like that. Now we're going to go back on tablet view and make sure our edits didn't mess up the laptop and desktop view. So everything seems to be fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding in our menu. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Right, so for our menu, so what we're going to do first is we're going to click on each section and we're going to give this a CSS ID. So for the first one, we're going to call this home-1. Now you can call this anything you want, literally anything. Just make sure you don't put a hashtag before and you're completely fine. So for the second one, I'm going to call this about-1. And then for this one over here, I'm going to call this gallery-1. And then for our booking, I'm going to call this booking-1. And for the last section, our contact us section, I'm going to call this contact-1. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to save this and we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard and we're going to go over to menu. Now I have this tab open, but we're just going to jump over to our WordPress menu over here. Our WordPress dashboard. And we're going to, let me just delete that, save our menu. And we're going to create a new menu. So I'll do that here. I'm just going to call this header 1, primary header. I'm going to click on create menu. Brilliant. So now that the menu is open, we're going to click over here where it says custom links and we're going to click on link text and we're going to call this one home. And then where it says URL, we're going to put in the hashtag first. And I remember what they are, but if you don't, you could just go back into our website and you could copy and paste the CSS ID we put in, but I'm going to put this home1, add. And then for the second one is about us. And for that it was hashtag about-1. Let me just double check if it was about-1. Let me see. It was. Let me just put in the capital just in case. And then for our custom links, we're going to put over gallery. And then we're going to go over here to edit. And I'm going to click over on our first one. I'm going to copy in gallery. Add here. And then lastly, you can see we have consultation or the booking, you can call it. So we're going to click over here on booking-1. Going to go over to menu, click over on here on booking, add in our hashtag, add to menu, and then lastly we're going to add in our contact us. I'm going to go over here, contact, go to menu, over here, and add contact to it. And then we're going to double check that all of these are put in correctly. So I put it in correctly. And then we're going to save this menu. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to appearance. And as you can see here, we're going to see Elementor header and footer. I'm going to add in a header. So I'm going to add in new. What I'm actually going to do for myself is just delete the other heading I had in, just because I don't want it to complicate it. So we're going to delete this one and create a new one from scratch. So we're going to add in a new heading. I'm going to call this header. Then we're going to click on type of template and we're going to click over here on heading. And then we want this to display on the entire website. And then we want to check this box here and we're going to click over on publish. And we're going to click edit with Elementor. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add in a section, add in one with 2 columns right here. We want this to be significantly smaller because that's where we're going to put in the logo. Sorry, 1350 add in our image. And then on the right side, we're going to add in our menu. One second, I don't think I saved my menu right. I'm just gonna double check my menu and make sure that's saved, because all right, sorry about that. We've added in our menu. I don't know, my menu just completely deleted. So we've added in our menu now anyways. So just gonna quickly style our menu. So we're gonna go to menu item style. I'm using the one with the elements kits. You can use the default WordPress one. It really doesn't matter when it gets to this stage which one you decide to use. So I'm going to use our main font over here. Definitely going to reduce the sizing of it. Increase the letter spacing. And we want this to be aligned, so we're going to go to vertical alignment. So we're going to click over on the icon where our logo is in. So we're going to click on vertical alignment. And I want this to be, let's see how it looks in the middle. So the middle looks perfect. Okay. And I'm going to reduce the sizing of this just a tad bit more. And I want this to be pushed up just a little bit more higher, just to match where our logo is. So we're going to go top, I'm going to go -15. And for the hover, I want this to be a red hover. So when we hover around it, it'll be hover, and I want it to be red when it's active as well. So when we're currently on that page. Now we're also going to check how this looks on mobile. So we don't want it to be like this. We want it to be side by side. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this menu, and we're going to click on column width, and we're going to click on 30. Okay, 30 is a bit too low, so let's say 50. Let's see how 50 looks. And then we're going to find the column where our menu is in. So if it's 50, we have 70 left to play with. Not 70, sorry, 50. Thought it was on 30. So we're going to click on this, and then we're going to go to hamburger style, and then we're going to change the color of our hamburger icon to red, and then the border, we want that to be solid, and we want to change the color of our border to white. And we're going to click over on menu, on the column, and we're going to go to vertical alignment, and we want this to be on the middle as well, just so it's more aligned with our logo. And if we click over here, we see we have all this, and when we hover on is blue, so we want to change that color because blue has nothing to do with our theme. So we're going to go over here, mobile menu, hamburger style, hover, background type, close toggle, want this to be back, and then over here, hamburger toggle, let me toggle it, we want this to be a little bit gray, just like that. Perfect. So now we're going to go back to our desktop version, and we want to make sure this is transparent, the background fully transparent, just like that. And now we're going to go back to our home page, and we're going to refresh this because we are going to need to fix the margins on the top. As you can see here, it just looks a bit odd. We want this to be more embedded with the website. So we're going to click over on this section here. I'm going to click on margin. I'm going to go down to top. I'm going to click on the down button. I'm going to click on pressing down. Perfect. So 115 seems to be the sweet spot, like that. And now we're going to click on save or update, and we're going to view this website live. And let's see how this looks. So you see when we click on gallery, it takes us to gallery. If we click on booking, it takes us straight to the bookings page. And if we click on about us, it takes us to about us. And if we click on contact us, it takes us down here to contact us. So I'm going to log out here, log out of the viewing site. So as you can see, this is actually not set to our main homepage. So what we need to do about that is, because if someone searches up our domain, this is a temporary domain, but if someone searches up our domain, this is what's going to show up. So what we're going to do is we're going to click over here, and I'm actually going to go back into our Elementor, our Hostinger, to log back into our dashboard. So give me a second. Right, so when we're in our dashboard, what we're going to do is we're going to click over here to our website, and we're going to click on visit site, and we're going to click on customize. And where we see customize, we're going to go over to homepage settings, and we're going to click on static page, and then we're going to see where it says homepage, and you're going to choose your desired homepage. My desired homepage, the homepage I use for this tutorial is card detailing. So we're going to choose on card detailing, and as you can see, this is our homepage, and we're going to click on save. And here, if we want to also change our, see this scroll to the top icon, if we wanted to change the color of that or remove it completely, what we will do is go over here to global, scroll to the top, and we can actually just remove it, or we can click on design and we can change the icon color. So let's just say I want this to be red to match our website. As you can see, there is matched, and then we can exit, log out here, go to the website, and here we have it. Here we have our landing page, our appointment booking website. Very, very simple for, if you're running ads, or if you're just have an organic Facebook or Instagram page and you want people to go onto your website and you want them to get straight to the point and not have to go to different pages or get lost in your pages. You want them to see, okay, this is what we do, this is our reviews, this is our work, this is how you book, and this is our contact details, and this is some FAQs. Simple, very, very easy for conversion. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like. And if you guys also want me to do some tutorials on a different type of website, make sure you guys let me know that in the comments as well. And if you guys have any questions, my email will be down below in the descriptions as well. Feel free to send me any questions or any help, and I'll definitely be able to get back to you and help you guys. Take care.